Hello, dream chasers. For this session, we're going to be talking about designing your dream life. And I'm looking forward to just a lively conversation with you. So, I am Julia, your boss teacher, and my mission in life is to help you to discover your purpose and design your dream life. And we're going to jump right into that in this evening's live. Hello, Oshi. Welcome. So, guess what? We are live on both Instagram, Facebook, and we're also on YouTube. So you might want to take the next minute or so. Hello, Rahel, and just send this link out to some persons you know who are feeling burnt out. They might be feeling discouraged at work. They might be just frustrated with the direction of their life and they're not sure what to do next. If that's you, then you definitely want to stick on this live for the next 15 minutes or so. But if you really and truly know someone as well who needs support to really live their best life and live in a complete happiness and peace, then you definitely want to share this link with them. While I wait for a few people to come on, I just want to remind you that I'm hosting an encore of the webinar called Exit Plan: How to Transition from Your Job to Your Purpose and Get Paid. I'm sharing 3 practical strategies with you in that session. And I'm also giving you an opportunity to work with me as your coach to really help you make that transition from the burnt out life that you're living to the one that you really want to be living, the one that you've been dreaming about in your head for the past 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, however long it has been, and you still haven't been able to accomplish that. So that's what I want to be sharing with you this evening. Hello, lovely Rose. We have people popping in from YouTube and Facebook as well. Glad to have you on. Awesome. All right, fabulous. So I'm going to be jumping into the main content, and feel free at any point to just chime in the chat, because I love when the chat is engaged and on fire. That's way I know I'm talking to you. I know you're getting what I'm sharing, and I know you're receiving all of the information that I'm sending out to you. Oh, hold up. Let me just quickly do this before I forget. All right, so I'm going to pin this on Instagram. Here we go. I'm going to pin this for those of you who are coming in late, so you know exactly where to go. So it's juliaobarnes.com/exit. And if you do happen to miss that, you can always click the link that is in my bio on IG or any social media platform. Once you see somewhere where my link is showing up, you will see that there. So good evening and welcome to everyone who is just joining. So we're going to be talking about some of the things that you need to consider when you are designing your dream life. And these are things I have learned over the years. I've been able to pick up on those things, and I've been implementing and paying special attention to these things as I progress, as I live my most happiest. When I tell you this is the happiest I've ever been, and every year over the past 3 years, my life just keeps getting better and better. And so one of the things that I find that a lot of my clients and people just that I connect with are having issues with is just having to take everything that you have in your head and really encapsulate it in an idea, and then deciding, okay, this is the idea that I want to pursue. This is the concept that I want to move towards. This is the goal that I want to achieve. Because you have so many dreams inside of your head. You have so many desires. There are so many things that you want to accomplish. And that list just keeps getting longer and longer every day, especially as you're scrolling through social media. Am I right or am I right? I know I'm right. And so one of the things that you want to be mindful of, and this is my first tip to you, is that you be careful to define what success means to you. Not what your spouse wants for you, not what your parents desire for you, not what you see on social media, and because it looks good, you say, oh, I want that. Do not set success by those standards. Because here's what's going to happen. You're going to be spending your life chasing after another person's dream. And 10, 15 years from today, you're going to look back and say, shucks, but this is not really what I wanted to do. And I've heard this before. There's one young lady that after, I think about 10 years going to college, studying something that her mother wanted, and then a few years working in the field. Here's the story. So she went to college, studied, and then when she got the degree, she brought it home and said, Mom, here, this is for you. And then she eventually worked in the field for another few years and realized that she really hated doing this. And say after an accumulated number of years, let's say about 8 in college, let's say 3 to 4 years is working in this field, completely hated it, and she just realized that she just wasted a whole 8 years of her life. So if you sit around comparing yourself to the most popular person on social media, and because they have 100,000 followers, you want to be like them, you want to have the things that they have, you want to do the things that they're doing, you want to be the things that they're being. It's all good and well to have a role model, right? That's a completely different story. But if you're showing up every day, trying to be like X, trying to be like Julia, trying to be like Tanisha, trying to be like whoever, that is not going to serve you, because you're going to wake up in another 10, in another 15 years and realize that you are so unhappy pursuing another person's definition of success. So though you may desire certain things that they might have, though you may look upon them as a role model, don't let that be the end all and the be all of everything that you are pursuing in life. You have to clearly define what success means for you. And when it comes on to designing your dream life, the same thing is applicable. I shared in a post earlier today that my dream life, my best life looks like 3 things: beach, pool, extra long showers, anything that has to do with water, count me in. Like if I get to go to the beach every day, I'd be the happiest girl in the world. I kid you not. I swear I'm going to build a house by the beach because that's just my dream. I love being by the water. If that's you, you can add that to your list as well. I give you permission, right? So while other people are chasing the clouds, while other people are chasing 100 million followers, I'm chasing a trip to the beach. What are you chasing? My best life for me is also getting an introvert recharge every single week. The people who are closest to me will know this, that I am very ugly when I don't get to recharge. Ugly on the inside and the outside. And so for my own sanity and my mental health and just having the ability to enjoy life in my most sane self, I have to take a moment every week to recharge. Sometimes it means locking away in the bathroom for an hour or two without my kids, without my husband, without answering the phone, nothing. I'm just in there with some candles and some music. And as long as I get to do that at least once per week, I'm good. I'm good. You'll get the good Julia. If I don't do it, you'll know. Well, you won't know, but the people closest to me will know, because I'm most vulnerable in that state. Another thing for me in defining what my best life looks like for me is getting paid to do what I love every single day. Like I was designed to teach. And you have to figure out what your gifting is, what your talent is, what you are best at, what is the highest skill that you can use to contribute into this world. That for me is teaching. So if I get paid to teach every single day, I'm good. And for those of you who are classroom teachers who are watching this video, be mindful that teaching is not confined to a classroom. I realized that a few years ago after being grown up with a very limited what teaching looks like. And once I understood that my talent went beyond these four walls, nothing can stop me. And in the past 3 years of just realizing that for myself, you have watched me progress from just being a burnt out, miserable, just overworked, fed up teacher to the Julia that you see today. A lot of people have been watching me from day one. So you've seen the progression. And that's all because I enjoy getting up every day, like Monday nights, sharing these principles with you. I enjoy this. Sitting in a coaching session with a client, I enjoy that. Hosting a webinar, teaching a course, that is something that gives me pure joy. Even when I do my free discovery calls and I'm not getting paid to do it, that gives me joy. And so when I wake up every day and somebody pays me to teach them a principle, a concept about how to discover their purpose and how to design your dream life, like I'm the happiest person in the world. That is what my success is. So you have to define what success looks like for you, and do not allow any external person to make that decision on your behalf. You know what it is. You just now need to write it down. And you now need to create a plan as to how you are going to pursue that dream life and that success. TV therapy is saying so true. Shelly and Richard is posting some fire emoji. Oh my goodness. Ruthann is saying very interesting. And the truth is, Ruthann, is that there are a lot of people who've never really sat down to consider all of this. Here is why. I don't know if this is true where you are or where you're from, but where I grew up in Jamaica, we are cultured to define the dream to look something like this. Listen carefully. Make sure you go to school, you get straight A's, you pass your end of high school exams. We call it CSEC here. Back in the day, it was CXC. I'm that old. But you make sure you pass all of your CSEC exams. You go to college and you get a degree. You find a nice, decent job that pays you well. And when you get that pay, that you're going to take it to buy the nice car, the nice home. Make sure you do your nails, do your hair, that you look good on the outside. Don't forget to go to church now, because God is the source. And we've been cultured along those lines. And so we grew up thinking, okay, school, I have to pass this subject. Okay, good. Let me go look for the best job in the newspaper or on the internet right now. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with getting a job, because there's a place for that. A lot of you, your purpose is in the office. We'll talk about that another time, because not everybody's built to be an entrepreneur. But we've been cultured to think that that is the way for every single person. And so because your parents decided that you have to go to school, otherwise they're come hell or high water, the school fee is going to be paid, because you must get a degree and you must get this high paying job. And so intrinsically, you've been groomed to think that that is what success looks like. And many of us, we've never stopped to really think, what do I really like? What do I want to do? What does my dream look like? And if you're grown up in a certain culture and certain families, if your auntie was a doctor, your father was a doctor, if your cousin was a doctor, your great grandaunt was a doctor, you best believe you're the next doctor in line. And if you dare not think you want to go and study Spanish, what? No. You have the doctor genes inside of you, hence you need to carry it on. I've had friends like that. Their family decide that they're not going to pay their school fee unless they pursue a certain degree. And so their parents have designed their dream, quote unquote, dream life for them. So you have to be careful of those things. And you have to ensure that in this day and age where we have so much freedom and so much liberty, that you make a decision to really and truly decide, what does the dream look like for me, and pursue that. Don't pursue what your mommy wants. Don't pursue what your daddy wants. Don't pursue what your church wants. Don't pursue what your spouse wants. Pursue what you want and the dream that God placed inside of your heart. That's tip number one, y'all. Let's see what's going on in the comments. Shelly Ann says that she can hear it in my voice. I love it. 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 My dream has changed so many times. Oh my gosh. We're going to have our entire life just on this, because here's the thing. A lot of us are going through transitions and processes and not realizing that, hey, this is a part of the process. No experience is wasted. I used to wonder back in the day when I'm going through all of my mess and I'm like, what is the point of this? And I would bawl and I would question a lot of things, and I'm saying, why? You see, today when I look back at those experiences and I post those old pictures from back in the day, and I see today how all of those connect. I wouldn't say I'm proud of my past, but I now see the purpose for everything that I was going through. So change is also a part of the process. And don't feel inadequate because you are changing so often. Some people might cause you to feel like, so you haven't figured out what you want to do as yet. You're getting old now, you know. There are people out there who will do that, and they will make you feel inadequate for trying different things. I recommend that you try new things, you have new experiences, simply because that is exactly how you're going to figure out what you like and what you don't like. You got to try new stuff. Things have got to change every now and again. But when you finally found that one thing or things that really connect with you, then you stick with them for life. So changing your dream, maybe changing every now and again, that's okay. It's all a part of the process. It just means you're in that mode of figuring things out. And if it takes you till you're 40, don't get frustrated. One of the things we were, a couple of us were talking about, it was in my last planning session with my accountability partners. We were talking about, if we look at some of the most successful people of our time, a lot of them didn't achieve success until they were in their 40s and 50s. And I was just reading a book, can't remember the name of it right now. And this book was written like 40, 50 years ago. I don't have to check the date, but it was written a long time ago. And the author highlighted the very same thing. Much success. Men, women have gained the greatest success in their lives during their 40s and 50s. You can look it up if you think I'm lying, but that's the truth. So do not get frustrated. Let's see. So that's point number one that I wanted to share with you. Hey, you know what? I'm thinking that we're going to have to continue this one because I don't want the live to get too short. Too long, sorry. All right, let me just quickly run through them and so that you can really connect with this and see how best you can apply with them to your life. So first thing first, do not let anyone else decide what your dream life should look like. Right? No. Another thing is, no man, this really needs its own life. I think we're going to do a part 2 and a part 3. Like, just thinking about it, we might be here for another hour and I don't want to. So let this be part 1 of how to design your dream life. And the first tip for that is not comparing yourself, not letting anybody else decide what your dream life will look like. Can we do that? So here's your homework. And this was not planned, it's just popping into my head right now. We're going to do part 2 next week. Here's your homework. I want you to do a social media audit. I did this maybe a year and a half ago, and it did wonders to my life. I want you to do a social media audit. All those people that you scroll through in your feed, and every time you see them, you stop and you think, I wonder if I could have that. Like, when is my life going to look like her? When is my life going to look like him? Unfollow them. Unfollow them. If this is not somebody you are looking up to as a mentor, the way I do Lisa, like Lisa Nichols is my dream. Put it that way. And I'm not looking up to her and thinking I want her life. I'm looking at her and thinking, wow, she's doing amazing things. And that's the kind of impact I also want to have with my life. So if you're just scrolling through and thinking to yourself, when can my life look like hers? When can I have that pool? When can I have that car? I want you to unfollow them because it's distracting you. And it's making you a little bit more depressed every single time. I had to go through and unfollow a few people just for that reason, because I realized it was making my whole aura, it was unhealthy. It was unhealthy. And it was more of me comparing myself to them than learning from them. And so there's nothing wrong with unfollowing people if they're affecting your life in that way. Every now and again, I go and peep on their profile. I kid you not. But I still decide that I'm not going to be drooling off everything that they're saying and trying to just imagine myself in their living room and having the same kind of bathroom and driving the same car and having the same experiences. That is unhealthy. And in pursuing your dream, it is going to be one of those things that cause you to get demotivated and discouraged because you're thinking to yourself, oh, it's been 2 years. I haven't gotten the car like Tamara as yet. My bathroom doesn't look like Fabian as yet. And so you get demotivated and discouraged every single time you're looking at their feed. So that is your homework. Go through and just unfollow those people. It's okay. You'll be fine. You will be fine. I promise you. It's going to do wonders for your mental health. So that's the homework for today. We're going to be continuing next week with part 2. Didn't plan for this to be so long, so I'm going to split it up in 3 parts. So next week, Monday, I want you to join me right here where I'm going to be sharing one more point, and let's hope we can get through the other 2 in just about 15 minutes. I'm going to be sharing with you those principles of how to design your dream life. What are those major things that you need to consider when you're thinking about designing your dream life and just to live happy and at peace? And don't forget to join me this Thursday at 7 p.m. for that encore webinar. It's called Exit Before We Go, though. I saw the comments popping in the chat earlier, but is there anything else you want us to know? Because this series could go on for quite a while, depending on how many questions you ask. So let me know. 1, what else would you like to know about how to design the life of your dreams? That life that you've been drooling of, it's been rolling around in your head for years and years and years. And that idea is there, but you can't quite get it out and make it a reality. I want to know. I want you to type in the comments right now. Put your a comment underneath this video for the replay or send me a DM and we can talk about it. I'll share with you my experiences, my expertise, and based on a lot of information that I have read, researched, so on and so forth. And I'll definitely share that with you in a little bit. Thank you so much, lovely Rose, for posting the link inside of the chat. juliaobarnes.com/exit to attend the webinar on Thursday so I can help you to transition from your job to your purpose and get paid. And I'm also going to be giving you an opportunity to work with me inside of my private training program. And I have a few bonuses for those of you who also show up live. So make sure that you register for that and show up live on Thursday. So on that note, I'll meet you here next week, Monday, same time, God willing, and we'll continue the conversation about designing your dream life, right? How does that sound? I want you to type in the comments and let me know. How does that sound? Can we continue this conversation next week? That'd be awesome. You are welcome, Shelly. You're welcome. You're welcome. We're welcome. Can we continue this conversation next week? Yeah. Oh, I see some people are just joining us. We're at the end. Listen, you have to show up early at the top of the hour. We start immediately at the top of the hour, and we're on for 15-20 minutes. Right now we've gone to 27 minutes because of the conversations that have been happening in the chat, but I love it. I love it. I love it. This is meaningful conversation that you can use to transform your life. So if I don't see you on the webinar on Thursday, why wouldn't you come though? Why? I'm gonna see you on the webinar on Thursday. The link is there. And then we'll see each other back again on Monday for another live. Oh my goodness, what kind of word is this? Wait. No, I have to pronounce it. Fantasabulous. I like it. Oh my goodness, the session was fantastabulous. Okay. Oh my goodness. Thanks for hanging out with me for the past 20 plus minutes, guys. I'll see you when I see you. All right, take care. Have a fabulous rest of the week and God bless.